From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, a rematch of Super Bowl 56, and it should be a good one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. And he returns this to the 22. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. First run now for Williams. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. And that's going to be incomplete. But man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's fourth down. So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Takes it all away, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Boy, costly, Charles.
I'll say, Brandon, on fourth down, no less, because that ended up being a pretty easy call for the official, and it's going to wipe out the first down they picked up.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run here with a rookie. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
At the 7-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Rams, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Sanders to throw. That's caught. Puka Nacua. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. In motion, the tight end. On play action, here's Shador. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing, Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get fouled out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
2nd and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Sanders. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
To throw is Milton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Milton. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as they drew it up in practice.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. The Bengals at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Now Milton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll try and run for on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Milton. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They call it a loss of a yard there. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Here's Milton now to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. McPherson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
27-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to lose build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's Sanders. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
From the gun, it's Shador. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Ethan Evans now.
Ethan Evans in punt formation for the Rams.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Rams, nothing.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
To throw is Sanders. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
From the shotgun, Sanders. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Ethan Evans on now to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. First catch of the game by Higgins, and he's got his guys a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And a fine chase on the right side, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
2nd and a yard at the Rams' 41-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. To throw, it's Milton. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Milton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
It's 4th down.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and the lead will stay put at 17. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 11 now. To throw now. Here's Sanders. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Sanders. Screen play set up for Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for our Rams. First down. A gain of 12. And the Rams first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Sanders going to throw again. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 3rd down and very long. Out of the gun here, Sanders. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. That's to his tight end all. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Milton. That one caught by all, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Milton. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
16 more yards. That's another Bengals first down.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Second and 10. Back to throw again. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 60. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Sanders to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. You call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Here's Sanders. A final shot before break. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off-play action. Milton. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Milton looking deep here for Chase. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. Broken tackle. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
41-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Sanders. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Sanders. Pass complete there to McCool. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Williams. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just natural dead. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll go. Here's Sanders. Left side here. That's complete to Godwin. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
And that's a big pickup on a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Here's Sanders. And that'll be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will be brought down 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Shador. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The Bengals drive about to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now Milton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Milton. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
At the 38-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Here's Milton. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to him on 1st down. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 50 yards. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Rams, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. increase here as he's past the 30. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
To throw is Sanders. Finding Williams once more, complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Rams first down.
To throw now, here's Sanders. This one swung out to Williams. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Sanders. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. That is caught. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
To throw again, here's Sanders. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.